I see a murder in your future, and you're going to solve it. You're going to see all the clues, you're going to meet all the suspects, and I'll even go you one better. You get to see the murder happen. I also see that tonight's episode of Bob is really bad, so stay tuned. We're up next.
Concentrate, focus. We can only escape from our booth for an hour. Ooh, what am I thinking?
Okay, you're thinking. You're thinking. Ooh, Dale.
Who says you aren't psychic?
I knew that was gonna happen. Dale, is this for me? Yes.
My net, Dale Sussman coming at you.
Dale.
Somebody just said I've been poisoned, and I'll be dead in 30 seconds. It's burning!
One of these vials contains the antidote. You're the psychic, Dale. Figure it out. Oh, this is a joke.
What if it isn't? Which one?
Oh, hey, oh, I'm very close. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm just there. It's this one.
And the killer is... Nah, that would be cheating. You don't believe in any of this fortune teller stuff, do you, Wendy?
Actually, there was this one palm reader when I was in college who predicted that my French professor and I would... I'll tell you another time.
We'll get it out of her yet, kid. The truth is, people do spend a fortune on astrologers, psychics, channelers, you name it. That's why Dale Sussman, who was the Don King of the supernatural set, established MindNet. He was going to do for clairvoyance what Jacoby and Myers did for lawyers, have one in every shopping mall and department store throughout the country. Yes, indeed. He saw a great deal in seeing other people's future, but he didn't see his own demise. You lose your badge, kid? Oh, it's mine, huh? Well, nobody likes a wise guy. My mom. Come on, kid. Let's go find out who killed Dale Sussman. I'll make you one prediction. It ain't going to be easy.
Official cause of death, poison. Sussman received a call at 3:30 this afternoon, telling him that the phone's handset was covered in poison. When his hand started burning, he must have believed it.
What caused the burning?
Deep heating cream. You know, the stuff you rub on sore muscles? Come here.
So what killed him? Power of suggestion?
The supposed antidote. Now, all three of these vials were filled with some kind of poison.
Well, it's not very sporting.
I guess if he was really psychic, he'd have known that. All right, I'll dust these vials for prints, but I'm telling you, it's almost impossible to get anything off of beveled glass.
Have you been my obmed yet?
The amazing Bambi, new wave fortune teller and spokesmodel for MindNet. She was with Sussman when he died.
Ugh, I feel so responsible. You see, when I first came into this room, I had this premonition of moaning, sweating, and writhing. I just assumed it was sex.
Well, that's an understandable mistake, don't you think? What was it you were looking for?
Oh, my obmed. Dale gave it to me. I know it was in this room when we left it this morning. It's this thing that I focus on when I read auras.
Auras she reads. Whatever happened to Dick and Jane?
Oh, if I could just... Oh, come here. Check out what we found in the room safe.
Yes. The court of blah, blah, blah orders Dale Sussman to cease and desist using the name or likeness of Isadora Tash, a.k.a. the psychic detective, in any publicity materials regarding MindNet, Inc. The Amazing Marshak says this was a clue. If you wanted to find somebody called the psychic detective, where would you look? Oh, yes, Sherlock Holmes has nothing on you. Why don't you go nose around downstairs? I'm going to vibe out Isadora. So, Miss Tash, how did you get the name Psychic Detective?
That was Dale's idea. After I helped solve the San Dimas slasher case, he tracked me down and persuaded me to go into business with him.
And you had a gift and he exploited it. I'm sure that didn't sit well with you.
Well, actually, I was grateful for the attention. I've never been very comfortable with people. When I was a child, my parents kept me apart from the other children. Because of my hypertension, they said, but I knew the truth. I saw the way the other kids looked at me. Ever since the first grade when I channeled Eva Braun.
If you were so grateful, then why did you slap your former lover with a cease and desist order?
Weirdo! Psycho! Freak! That's what they used to call me in school. Mary Jo Wernall threw spitballs in homeroom and said I'd never date Bobby Wheelock. But I did, didn't I? Oh, yes. I did. Dale found a way for me to make a legitimate living, a good living with my abilities, and brought me into the real world.
Stay there long? Hey, Rook.
Sir, excuse me, sir, I need a volunteer. Sir, is this lovely lady your lovely wife?
No.
Sir, excuse me, I must have quiet for the magnificent Dresden to complete his thought. My sense is, this lovely lady is not your wife. You are indeed a single, unmarried man.
Brilliant, thank you.
Please, no, thank you. Excuse me, sir, what may I ask do you do for a living?
I'm a police officer.
Excuse me, sir, one more time. The magnificent Dresden needs quiet while he concentrates. I see a torch. No, a badge, a silver badge. Are you indeed a member of the police department?
Arrest this guy, will you?
Another volunteer?
So you were about to tell me about that cease and desist order.
Oh, I suppose I was just being vindictive. Dale wanted my name and credibility from MindNet, but thought I'd scare off sponsors. You said you were my friend.
I was. Now I'm Bambi's friend. And now she's gonna get all the fame and big bucks you used to get, and she's gonna be more amazing than you ever were. She already is. In bed.
I hated Dale for dumping me. But I didn't kill him. That fraud doesn't deserve to go to the great beyond. I was a good friend, and he treated me like I was that kleptomaniac Jenna Hickson.
Jenna Hickson, the psychic to the supermarket tabloid?
Dale Sussman was a con man, a fraud. He was a cancer.
A malignancy that had to be removed?
No, a crab. That was his sign.
Oh.
What is your birth date and time? A pen, please.
October 5th, 1956, 9:45 p.m. Right smack dab in the middle of the Nuss Herzog fight. You know, my father never forgave me. He always said, you don't need to hear this.
You are dynamic, impetuous, intelligent, and you're going to marry Elizabeth Taylor.
Gee, found all that out just for my birthday, huh?
Oh, by reading the displacement of the astral projection, I can tell a great deal about anyone's life.
What can you tell me about your relationship with Dale Sussman?
He wanted me to make predictions up, be more sensational. And when I refused, he tried to intimidate me. I've been with the Inquisitor for years. You think they'll just toss me over because you say so?
That and because MindNet's set to buy 16 pages of ads in each and every issue.
Not that any respectable publication would bow to that kind of pressure.
Of course not, although we are talking about the Inquisitor. Okay, kid, here's what we got so far. First, we got the amazing Boopsie, who seems more concerned about finding her lost tchotchke than she does her late lover. She had access to Sussman's room, but somebody would have had to make the phone call. So if she committed the murder, she definitely had an accomplice. Then, there's the amazing Isadora, who got a court order against Dale to keep from being exploited, but She wasn't the only one that he exploited and cast away. What about the amazing Jenna? Was keeping her newspaper column worth murdering for? Let's go to the experts. Eeny, meeny, chili, beany. The answer is beginning to appear. Answer unclear. Try again later.
This news just in. Slap that in there, will you? All right, the poison used to kill Dale Sussman was belladonna. It's an extremely powerful animal tranquilizer which can stop a rampaging Bengal tiger on a dime.
So then who's the murderer? Marlon Perkins?
I rechecked the registration list. One Dresden the Magnificent Tours is the opening act for Starker and Fritz, the Lion Tamers. Well, for insurance purposes, they keep lots of belladonna around in case one of the animals gets loose.
I think that's stretching it, Harry.
Yeah, except I remember seeing Dresden on the news the other night, so I got the station to give me the outtakes to the whole interview. Everything all set over here?
Go right ahead.
Do you believe there's really a need for a nationwide chain of psychic services and 24-hour phone lines? Dale Sussman seems to think that MindNet is the future of the psychic profession.
Dresden the Magnificent predicts it will never happen. Unfortunately, before the week is out, Dale Sussman will be dead.
Stretch that.
Well, it's either a confession or he's very, very good.
You're curious of my prediction of Sussman's doom. Predictions are like dreams, Detective. The vision is clear, but sometimes the interpretation is faulty. I was thinking more of a business failure.
I see. So it was just a coincidence that your opening for Starker and Fritz gave you access to the same tranquilizer which killed Sussman.
I sense you're uneasy about that. Let me help you. No, I didn't take any animal tranquilizers. No, I didn't want a job from Sussman. Yes, a cape like this does run me a pretty penny.
But a check from MindNet would help offset your wardrobe costs.
Detective, I've seen my future. And when you headline in Vegas, you don't need a day job.
Okay, let's get back to the Sussman case. I sense that if the news got out that you foresaw Sussman's death, well, that would make you a lot bigger than MindNet ever would. Of course, it's easy to foresee somebody's death if you're the killer.
But I didn't kill him.
Of course not. Never crossed my mind. But just in case you do see who did it, I'd like it if you'd give me a name, or at the very least, a license plate number.
Okay, Miss Bambi, let's get back to basics here. An umbun is how big?
Infinite in its wisdom, broad in its power, and yet small enough to hold the tiniest grain of truth. You're gonna have to draw it again.
Hey, don't we all have some work we're supposed to be doing here?
Excuse me, Captain, but this is work. The amazing Bambi's filling out a missing odd mud report.
Estimated value, like truth itself, it is priceless yet costs nothing. And it only took 14 officers to write this up?
Oh, you poor, poor woman.
What? Why?
Don't worry. I'm sure your love life will take an upward turn. Maybe you could get a dog.
Hey, if you were also starving for paperwork, you know, I've got plenty of manpower reports that need filing.
Yes, ma'am.
Right away? No way.
Marshak, sign these expense vouchers.
Now I had a pen.
Do you think I need a dog?
Tell me, does anybody want to join MindNet? So far, Isadora Tash wants no part of it, and neither does Jenna Hickson.
Jenna Hickson? Oh, she would have killed to be a part of it. Hey.
Just what I was thinking.
Oh, I can't imagine how I ended up with your pen.
People take pens by accident all the time. Furniture, of course, is a different matter. We also caught you in a lie. The truth is, you wanted to be with MindNet.
I didn't want to. I had to. My job was going to MindNet with or without me. Now, I know our previous harsh words won't prevent us from having a long and healthy working relationship.
No, but these words will. Your history, babe.
What?
Come on now, you have the gift, right? You telling me you didn't know?
All Dale wanted was someone with lots of silicone, like Bambi. At least Isadora was real. A pill-popping psycho, but real.
Isadora's a pill popper?
She's an Altazine addict.
Altazine? It's a tranquilizer. Altazine is a form of belladonna. And belladonna is the drug that was used to kill Dale Sussman.
Jenna told you about the Altazine, didn't she? She calls me a junkie. It's because she doesn't know what happens to me if I can't get my pills. Bobby Wheelock knows.
Did you grind those pills up and feed them to Dale Sussman?
Is that what Jenna told you? After I tried to help her? Do you know what she had in her bag? My wallet and keys. She had stolen my purse. So who are you going to believe? A thief like her? Or me?
It's a tough call.
Then ask Dale.
Excuse me?
I'll channel his spirit.
Oh, no, that's fine. Maybe, come to my office and...
I'm sorry, can you help me with... He's just having some...
Who is she? Yesterday, when I was trying to get into Isadora's skirt, this wasn't exactly what I had in mind. Still, there are definite possibilities.
Dale Sussman. Wait, you're Dale Sussman now?
The late Dale Sussman. Coming at you. Oh, thanks to this babe here. When she came to my hotel room whining about that cease and desist order, I figured I knew what she really wanted.
Go away, Matt. Still be friends.
I hate you!
You always say that, and you always come back, just like you will tonight. 8 o'clock, I'll send Bambi and her op went out for a massage.
I knew she'd use the key to leave me a permanent going-away present.
Mrs. Tanish.
What'd he say?
You said that you killed him.
He's a liar. Even now, he is still a liar. He is a liar!
Well, there's something you don't see every day. It's okay now. Thank you. Was that a voice from the grave? Or just a guilty conscience speaking? We know that she had access to the poison, and she certainly had motive. Sussman had tossed her over, but he was still using her name and credibility to catapult MindNet into the Fortune 500. She was enraged. And let's face it, emotional stability was not the woman's middle name. And speaking of mental hygiene, what about our kleptomaniacal astrologer? Jenna Hickson had plenty of motive. Sussman took away her job and publicly humiliated her. Was there murder in the stars for our klepto? Then there's Dresden, the Magnificent. He had access to the poison,
Dresden
too,
the Magnificent?
along with a premonition of Sussman's murder. But was it a premonition, or was Dresden just telling us his plans for the evening? And let us not forget the magnificent Bambi and her Abmud. Who could?
Hey, Rook. Oh, glad I caught you. Okay, you remember the TV station that I got Dresden's prediction from? Well, they just faxed me this press release. Dresden just landed a 50-week contract headlining at the Mirage in Vegas.
Dresden proved his magnificence by accurately predicting the tragic death of fellow psychic Dale Sussman. Well, now his motive is clear.
TV station got to wondering why we wanted those outtakes. They took a look at them themselves. Thanks to you, Dresden's national news.
So the fact that Dresden predicted Sussman's death gave him his dream job, huh? No. What's that?
This is the final sketch of Bambi's Oddmud. She volunteered to come down to the station, but I thought, we'd have more privacy in her room. I'm out of here.
Get it? Well, you can figure it out while you're rounding up the suspects. But The amazing Marshak predicts we'll catch a killer.
Oh, hey, listen, I know you like to do these things your way, and I think that's great, but do me a favor. If Bambi didn't do it, can you clear her first? She's got tickets to the Phantom, and we're hoping for a little nosh before the show, you know.
Sure. Well, I'll try to keep it in mind. Before I start, would anybody like to predict who the killer is?
Oh, yes, I would.
Well, you had a key to the place, and you could have planted poison at any time, but why would you kill the man who was going to make you a psychic superstar?
I wouldn't?
Right, you wouldn't. Yes. You predicted Sussman's death, which was amazing, not only in its accuracy, but wildly out of character. Still, I got you 50 weeks at the Mirage. That's not a bad trade for Sussman's life.
You're thinking I committed the murder.
Am I? Funny thing about those vials, you fill them up with poison and you seal them with cork and they look mighty mysterious. But you take those very same vials and you put a metal thing at the top of them, well, they look just like the salt shakers from the hotel coffee shop. Now, why would you kill somebody with poison and salt shakers, Isadora?
Why are you asking me?
Because your belladonna, your altazine, was found in these vials. Plus, you had the room key to this hotel suite in your purse.
But I didn't have my purse.
No, you didn't. You did. You swiped it. Just the way you swiped my pen. The way you swiped the salt shakers from the coffee shop. The way you swiped the towels from the hotel. The way you swiped... It's my ring.
I have sticky fingers. Does that make me a murderer?
In this case, yes. You waited for Sussman to begin speaking before you used your key in the door. Then you came back downstairs for the final confrontation. But once again, your kleptomania tripped you up. You had to snag a little memorabilia from the murder scene. I hope you don't mind. We got a warrant for this while you were on your way over.
Hey, that's my Ahmed.
Yes, it is. It was here when Sussman left and gone when he returned.
I knew this would happen. It was in the stars.
The fault lies not in our stars, but in ourselves. Shakespeare.
I told you we would solve this when we found my Ahmed.
Yes, you did.
How do you like the Shakespeare, kid? Huh? It's pretty classy. Kind of upgrade my image a bit. I should do things that are more poetical in nature, don't you think? There was an old hermit named Dave who kept a dead in a cave. Yeah, this case got more twists than Chubby Checker. Come on now, baby. Ready now?
This is...
Marlon Perkins? What is this Marlon Perkins thing?
Oh, I'll just keep it warm for you.